1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get another angle of that. 2, 3, 4. Man, that's some hard stuff. That's Reverend Horton Heat, Galaxy 500, and he's playing these banjo licks. It comes straight after the bit that I taught in the previous tutorials, which will all be below, and the bit before. Let's see if I can remember how to play it. No. There you go, something like that. Yeah, I made that actually that TikTok or that YouTube short video where I did that 3 times in a row or something along the lines of that, because it's just so dang hard. That lick, it's real crazy. Anyhow, we're here to learn just the banjo part. If you want to learn the part from earlier, check out the tutorial on Galaxy 500. I think it's the part 2 tutorial where I get into the chorus and the guitar solo, and I teach everything up to this banjo lick. So we're just going to break the banjo lick down today. It's a lesson in itself. It's a lot of work. You're going to really want to take your time with it. But at the very least, you can take the premise and muck around with it yourself. It's a really cool idea. And I will show you at the end of the lesson how they work, how you can come up with your own ones with some very simple premises. Okay? So we'll probably switch mainly to the angle here where you can see my hands. So you can really see what's going on with this lesson, and I'll walk you through note for note. Of course, grab the transcription on my Patreon. It's free this time. I've put that below, so I've just provided the 4 bars for this. If you want the big transcription, you're going to need to be a member of the Patreon. But I wanted to put this for you guys, for everyone, for free, so you can see what my Patreons are getting all the time, a couple times a month. Also, next year, actually not too far away, we're going to be launching the Adrian White online website that's going to have the full library available. That's really going to be a service to guitar players as opposed to the Patreon sort of being a way you can support me and me giving you bonuses. That's something to also look out for. So with all that said, thank you to all my Patreons. Thank you to all my subscribers. If you're not, please subscribe. And I will get on with the lesson now. Okay, so this is the first lick. I'm going to play the first bar and then we're going to work on it. We're going to do this really nice and slow. It goes like this. That is the first bar, and that is played by playing the 3rd fret on the 1st string, and we use our 3rd finger. Now, the fingers I tell you to use on the right hand. Okay, I'm going to put my teacher hat on here, big time. Well, I've always got my teacher hat on. But you really have to do what I say, or it's going to be very difficult for you to play. So, 3rd finger. Then I want you to use the pick on the 6th fret of the 2nd string. Okay. Well, we use our finger, but we pick it. Okay, so now use your 3rd finger again on the 1st string open. And now we're going to use our 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Then I'm going to pick the 5th fret on the 3rd string. Then I'm going to use my 2nd finger. Okay. And then I'm going to jump my pinky to the 7th fret of the 4th string. Use the pick. And I'm going to use the 3rd finger on the 3rd string open. There is an option actually, and that's why I'm now noodling around strangely, like I've gone off into space. But that is where we go 3rd finger, pick, 3rd finger, 2nd, pick, and we might use the 3rd finger on the 2nd again. And then we can use the pick on the 4th string and the 3rd string with the 2nd finger. That is another option. Most of you will probably be more comfortable repeating that 2nd finger. Totally fine. The reason we need to really use the 2nd finger at one point is because we actually kind of roll 1st string open, 2nd finger on the 3rd, and then we're hitting on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So we're playing the 1st string, the 2nd string, and then the 3rd string all right after the other. So we have to use our 3rd finger there, 3rd, 2nd, and pick. If we don't, we've got nothing left to play the 3rd string. So after that, it's a little more flexible. Whether you want to use your 3rd finger or your 2nd in that run, as I mentioned, completely up to you. But definitely in that first part, absolutely essential to do what I said there. So now the next part, not too difficult. Although it is mighty fast. Everything in this solo is super, super fast. But I wouldn't worry about that. I'll just get it. Okay, just really get that slow. Alright, so the next part, what we're doing is we're sliding. And by the way, the first chord in the solo is over a G. Is a G. So that this is happening over a G. Okay? Okay? And that makes it G mixolydian. Why? Because we have an F natural. Flat 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That makes it a mixolydian, okay? So G mixolydian idea. Then the next chord will be a C, and we're getting this C idea. So we're rolling in the flat third of C. C, D, E would be the third. We're starting on the flat third. So we're sliding 4 to 5, like that. Then so pick that however you like. This is pretty much just a flat picking. And then play the third fret there, and then 5, 4, 3, slide to 1. You're going to want to alternate there, okay? You're really going to have to. So practice it slow. Okay. Now, next up is this lick here, which is tricky. Now, I've been playing it like this, but I realise I should have practiced it and learnt it this way. Would have been easier. So I'm going to show it to you that way. Okay, do as I say, not as I do. Take my advice. I'm not using it. I love that saying. That was actually Bruce Foreman, who's a great guitar player. He probably didn't come up with the saying. I don't know. Anyway, what I will do is get on with the lick. So here, the next part, after we come off we pull off 5 to 3, like that, just like that, and then pinky on the 7th fret, first string open. Alright, now what we're doing with the right hand is really important once again. So third finger, same premise. Third finger, do a pull off. Okay, then we pick the second string, first string open, and we need to do this roll again. So third finger on the first string. We're now playing this third fret on the second string, and we use our second finger. Then we pick the 5th fret on the third string. Then we use our second finger or our third finger on the open second string. Then we have to get the pinky to the 7th fret of the 4th string. Just like that. That's it. So we'll use your second finger like I was saying before. Probably easier. But if you did use your third, it's okay too. Maybe use your second there. Yeah, look. If I was being strict about it, I'd say do it like this. Because the hand spreads a lot better. When we start using our third finger, we rob our pinky of a lot of reach. It's a hard lick. I recall that I think that Jim Heath actually plays it the way I do. I think that's why I do it like that. He uses his third, and he just hops up there. He doesn't follow any rules. He just plays his own way. That's what makes him so amazing. So yeah, we come up. Let me do the whole thing in those 3 bars really slow. 3, 4. Oh, hang on. There we go. Alright, apologies. I want to make sure I'm using the right fingers, so I'm correcting myself mid-lick, which is probably not the smartest. The last bar goes like this. And this one's not so bad, because we can just sort of have our first finger there. So what we're doing, 5th fret, use the 3rd finger, pick the 7th fret, play the first string open with the 3rd, roll the 2nd. So we're doing a roll. I say roll because we're doing this. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so 5, 7 on the 2nd, open, 3rd fret on the 2nd, and we're using our 2nd finger to play it. Then pick the 5th string, and use your 2nd finger to pop the 2nd string. Just like that, so. Okay, the whole thing nice and slow. 3, 4. Oh my god. God. See, I'm trying to use different fingers, and the different muscle memory just throws me for 6. That's how sensitive your muscle memory is, and it also proves I'm not perfect. I have to practice this stuff a lot to get it good and be able to teach it. Let me try that one more time. 3, 4. Okay, there we go. That's better. Okay, done. So, guys, that's the actual solo. Oh, that's the lick over those 2 bars. Keep in mind, you've got to come off the back of that. Yeah. And you got to get across to that. It's funny. I'm actually better at the movement across from here to here because I spent so much time getting that. The actual original lick itself is starting to slip out of my memory. Let me do that one more time. Yeah, you get the idea. It's just hard. So I hope you keep that in mind, that you have to be able to get from that previous lick to that if you're actually doing the song. But if you just want to take the premise of banjo rolls, let me tell you something. That whole thing where I'm using the third finger, second finger, and the pick on the right hand, that's so important to get the hang of, because they're the bits that are really challenging with these banjo rolls, is where you're crossing 3 strings, sometimes in various orders. And what the whole premise of everything is that you're actually, every time you get the opportunity to use an open string, instead of picking a fretted note, we're using the open string, which means we're going to be reaching up the strings. And what I mean by that is, if we talk about these notes, we've got a G, an F, and now instead of playing E on the same string, even though the note's going backwards, I've got to reach towards the ground or up the strings in terms of pitch, which really is a mental workout. Okay? So take your time and break down the scales where, really think about the notes if you can, if you have that knowledge. G, F, E, D, C, and we're reaching up for B, and then we're going A. For example, we might go A, G, F, E. We might even do F here, E, D is open, C, G, A is open, G. So I got really into these, and they're a big part of my crazy rockabilly, psychobilly, Nashville country playing, whatever you want to call it. It became a really big thing. So for me, I study them quite a bit, up the neck a little bit. No. What am I trying to do here? I don't even know. That's right. Really nice sound. Yeah, Doyle Dykes is a master of that kind of stuff as well. Anyway, I'm just hanging out now and talking rubbish, probably just wasting your time. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure you click subscribe and all those kind of things, and thank you so much for watching. I will eventually finish this whole solo for my Patreons. There will be more for my Patreons. That will be it for YouTube, though, because the viewer count on this pointy end of the guitar solo just gets lower and lower. But if you're on the Patreon, it's going to be there for you at some point. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.